going to be gathering up right here. Feel free, just watch out for the cars coming through. We got some four-wheelers coming through, people coming through. But feel free to look around and enjoy. Hello, everyone. Welcome to your campus tour today. My name is Sina. I will be your tour guide. I use she, her pronouns. I am a senior graduating this quarter from Bainbridgetown, Washington, a short little ferry trip right away from downtown Seattle. And I've been studying the comparative history of ideas and classical studies. And I'll be coming back to UW for a graduate program in the fall as well, which is very exciting. Welcome, everyone, to the tour. So excited to have you all here today. We're about to have a very fun time here, getting started right here in Red Square. We have these lovely buildings surrounding us here today. I'm sure you guys have all heard quite a bit about them today, but I'm going to highlight some special ones. Have any of you been able to go inside Sue's Little Library today? Awesome. You guys, did you go check out the Harry Potter reading room? Awesome. I'm glad some of you were able to, some of you weren't. Come back another time. It is a beautiful spot to check out. It is a great spot to hang out here on campus. We have another building over here. Does anyone know what this building over here is called? This is Gerberding Hall. It is one of the buildings not open today. Gerberding Hall is the home to our university administration. There are a lot of people's offices are in here, including our president's office, and there's a little rumor here at UW that you are only going to go into this building, one, if you've done something really, really bad and you're getting in trouble, or two, if you've done something really, really good and you're getting an award. I've been in there one time. I'll let you figure out what that was for. Behind us over here, we have Kane Hall. How many of you were in Kane Hall for any sessions earlier today? For those of you who are inside those large lecture halls today, how many people do you think one of them sits? There's one that's a really, really big one. How many people do you think it sits inside? 400, 200, I heard something. It sits, the largest one in there sits 650 people. There's one class here at the University of Washington that fills every single seat in that lecture hall. Does anyone have any guesses for what that class might be called? It is a 3-credit course all about dinosaurs. So if you like dinosaurs, guess what? You're in luck. So do a lot of other people, and it's a very fun class to go take. I've taken that class. It's very exciting. You start out class with watching a clip from Jurassic Park. What could be better? The final building I'm going to highlight here for you all today is our Mozart National Library. Side of it is a great spot for late night studying, a late night snack, or just hanging out with a group of friends in general. Does anyone have any questions about the building surrounding us here today? We are a very large campus here at the University of Washington. We have a little over 50,000 students, with about 40,000 of them being undergraduates. So as you can imagine, believe it or not, it can be even busier than it was here today. But we are also a large campus. We have about 600 acres here, larger than Disneyland, smaller than Disney World. But we have a fun time here. Are you all ready for our next stop of the tour? Awesome. We'll proceed on up this way.
Yeah.
We honestly could all share a single.
Yep. That probably would have been a smart decision.
Or we could have all just shared a double.
Here we go.
Did you already try to email Cassie?
What?
Did you already try to email Cassie?
No.
Yeah.
Isn't that just the same thing as like having?
我那个帽子比我戴在这里，我。
Lloyd?
No.
welcome everyone to our next stop on the tour. Before I begin, I also want to just preface this. So this is going to be roughly a 75-minute walking tour. It's going to be probably a little bit shorter today. We're still going to hit some hot spots on campus, but not everywhere. Many of these spots you might have already checked out, but I'm just going to be able to share with you guys a little bit of personal experience and then also some facts about the university. But however, if you have something else you need to get to or you're really done, it has been a long day for everyone, don't worry. But if you get tired, feel free to just head on out. I will not be offended at all. I just want to let you all know that. You will not hurt my feelings if you need to leave early. But with that, welcome to our next stop of the tour. Welcome to the Liberal Arts Quadrangle, home to our lovely Yoshino cherry trees, which were just blooming a few weeks ago here at the University of Washington. We had people from all over coming and checking them out. People will be having picnics out here, just doing homework. In the spring in general, people will be just hanging out here even when the cherry blossoms are not blooming. I love to count how many photo shoots I see, specifically wedding photo shoots. We got up to 8 this year, so a very happy year for the cherry blossom photo shoot season. But the Liberal Arts Quadrangle does help to give us some helpful information about what is housed in these areas around us. So if any of you are interested in any of the liberal arts departments or majors, art, music, history, English, I believe there's some math classes as well, anthropology, any of that, you will have many classes and offices located in these buildings surrounding us here. So if you are like me and studying some degrees similar to the history degrees I'm studying, you will spend a lot of time here in the quad. A pretty lovely spot to be. Besides the cherry trees and the photo shoots, we got these lovely buildings surrounding us here. It's a very exciting time. Now, do you all know how the quarter system works here at the University of Washington? For the most part, nods. Does anyone want me to go over the quarter system real quick in a brief explanation? Yes? Okay, perfect. I'll go very brief explanation. We here at the University of Washington operate on a quarter system. We have 10-week-long quarters. We have 4 quarters throughout the school year: autumn, winter, spring, and summer. We only require you to take classes through autumn, winter, and spring. Many students take that summer quarter off, but some will use it to get ahead in classes or to go on study abroad opportunities. In these quarters, we have 10 weeks of classes, which is then followed by 1 week of finals, which is then immediately followed by a break. It is fantastic. It means here at UW, we have what we like to call true breaks. Our old classes are done. Our new classes have yet to begin. We can just relax over our breaks, rest up, recharge, and get ready for the new classes coming up in the next quarter. This quarter system allows for a lot of really great flexibility. It allows students to take more classes during their school year, and it also means that it's only 10 weeks long. If you have to take a class for your major and it's not the best class that really matches your interest, don't worry, it's only 10 weeks long. It goes by pretty quickly. But it's really great, and it allows our students to explore a lot more availability, which is why we are able to have 180 majors. There's a lot of stuff for students to study here at the University of Washington, and it is really a great opportunity. The way our classes work here at UW is we have a variety of different classes that range in size. We like to say about 45 students is the average class size for freshmen. That goes down as you get upper in the grades. However, that really does depend on your major. If you are majoring in something like English, your class sizes are going to be typically more around 10 to 20 people, versus if you are in any of the STEM fields, your classes will probably be a little bit larger. In those STEM fields, you will oftentimes have more of the big lecture style courses where you'll have lecture a couple times a week with the professor going over the main course content. In addition to lecture, you will also have office hours and quiz sections. Quiz sections are a time once or twice a week where you'll meet with a TA who's a grad student who works in the same department that your professor does, and you'll be going over with a small group from your lectures, about 20 people, the content you've been going over, doing some practice problems, and asking any questions that you might have. Office hours are also available as well, and these are a really great opportunity to connect with your professors and TAs. They have a lot of really great information that they want to share with students. I always encourage people to go to office hours. They've been a really great opportunity for me to get to connect with my professors more, ask them questions, get some help on homework and other essays and stuff, throw my ideas at them, see what they think. But then also they're a great opportunity to learn about things such as study abroad opportunities. We are very fortunate here at the University of Washington to have a lot of really great study abroad opportunities all over the world in so many different countries, being with a variety of interests, being really focused in your major, or just being taking classes in another country, from being a few weeks long to being a full year long. I currently have one of my roommates has been studying in Sweden for the last year and absolutely loves it. I know many people who've gone to Rome, Slovenia, many different places, England, doing a Shakespearean themed study abroad. It is a very great opportunity that I encourage you all to take advantage of if you end up coming here to the University of Washington. I know I threw a lot of academics kind of information at you guys. Does anyone have any questions about the Liberal Arts Quadrangle or any other spots around here or anything I just mentioned to you all? All right, with that, we'll go on to our next stop on the tour. Feel free to come up and ask your questions too if you have questions, but also if you just want to enjoy the vibes of campus, please do.
Yeah, I just realized we're not watching.
Okay, Monk, this one. They're the same district? Okay. It's very simple. Very simple.
这说的是最年轻的。
This looks like that a little bit more.
Feel free to take a seat if you would like to over here. I'll try to get you guys like spots where you can sit down for most of the tour. We're at a quiet point where we should be able to sit at many stops. Feel free to come on in and grab a seat. Welcome everyone. I would like to congratulate you all. That is the longest walk we will have between stops today, so well done. There will not be as much walking as for such a long period of time, but there will still be a little bit more, but I hope it was enjoyable and you were able to check out some of the buildings there. How many of you were able to go on a residential hall tour earlier today? Yay! How many? North Campus? Nice. West Campus? Ooh, North Campus was popular. Okay, cool. Do you all like North Campus? That's where I lived. I was in McCarty Hall my freshman year. I liked it a lot. It was very fun. We're students out on Denny Field, sunbathing and checking it out, even though it wasn't too sunny, but it got sunnier today. Anyway, welcome y'all to our next stop of the tour. Welcome to Washleball, also known as the Intellectual House. So, as I mentioned at our first stop of the tour, we are a very large campus here at the University of Washington. What this means is UW also values making sure we have plenty of resources to help support all of our students in any way that it can during our time here at UW. We value diversity a lot here at our campus. We don't have the greatest history in the past. I don't know if anyone does, but UW is working each and every day to make sure it does better all the time. One way that we are working towards this, that our students are working towards this, is making sure that there are plenty of resources, and also I will say resources a lot during the stop of the tour. I apologize for that. Anyway, there'll be lots of resources here on campus to help support diversity and making sure all students have the support they need to do their best that they can during their time here at UW. One of these resources we have is Washleball. Washleball is a wonderful learning space. Was anyone able to come inside here today? It's okay if not. Next time you're on campus, feel free to come on over and check it out. It is a really cool spot to check out inside here. There's a lot of resources inside. The staff is wonderful and they love to talk to people who are interested in their space. So it's a very cool building to check out. They are a gathering space and learning space for all of our students, staff, and community members here who are part of Native Alaskan, Indigenous, and Coast Salish descent. They have a lot of resources and a lot of gathering spaces, and they throw a lot of events here throughout the school year. A big popular one coming up is the Spring Powwow that is actually being held down in Alaska Arena, where you all had your first big info session of the day. It got to be such a big event that they fill out that whole arena. Is very cool. There's tons of people there, tons of great food, so if you're around during that event, I highly encourage you to come check it out. It's just such a cool thing to see. In addition to Washleball, we have a lot of other resources here on our campus to help support diversity. We have the Office of Minority Affairs and Diversity. Has anyone talked to anyone from there today? That's okay. They do a lot of outreach work and also make sure that students here at UW are able to get a lot of support, both with academic and other counseling, and also just making sure they're getting all the support they need through however means necessary. In connection with the Office of Minority Affairs and Diversity, we have the ECC, the Ethnic Cultural Center. We are fortunate here at the University of Washington. We have one of the largest ethnic cultural centers here at a college campus in North America. It is located over on West Campus, and many of you checked that out earlier today. It has a lot of resources in connection with it, but it also has a huge gathering space that lots of different RSOs, resident student organizations. How many of you heard about RSOs today? Yay! That's the clubs we have here at UW. I'll talk about them a little bit more in the next little bit. But a lot of different RSOs can meet in there. There's a bunch of different other activities held in there. My apartment's right nearby. I love to see what parties are going on, what musical groups are practicing, dance groups will be practicing in there. It's a very exciting space. We also have DRS, disability resources for students, to make sure that all students are getting all the support they need to do their best here at the University of Washington, whether your disability is invisible or visible, temporary or long-term. They want to make sure that they can support you the best way that they can. I personally have accommodations through them for both ADHD and dyslexia, and I got a concussion a year ago that really wiped me out for a bit, and they were able to get me some great support to make sure that I was able to write my papers and have plenty of support for writing and reading, because those were pretty hard for me after I first hit my head. Not my first concussion though, so we made it through, everyone. But they are a really great support resource here to help support our students. We also have the Q Center located in the hub. The Q Center is here. Also, let me know if you can't hear me in the planes, because the planes can be loud. The Q Center is here to help support all of our students and community members here who are part of the LGBTQIA+ community. They have a lot of resources in connection with them that include menstruation and engendered support. And want to make sure all the students here are getting the support they need in order to do the best that they can while here. UW is by no means perfect. I don't know if anyone or any organization can say that they have ever been perfect, but with the help of these resources, we are working to do better each and every day. Does anyone have any questions about any of the resources I just mentioned? All right, now I hope you all don't mind. I'm going to have you stand up, but don't worry, I'll find you seats at our next stop too, hopefully, but we'll head on over that way. Feet hurt. Does anyone have any exciting plans after this tour? Dinner plans? Anyone got any recommendations for where to get dinner after this? I know I'm hungry. You're from out of state, just by raise of hand. Awesome! Wow, congratulations! Are you all here for the weekend? Are you flying home tomorrow, driving home tomorrow?
Yep.
Flying there? In general, are you all staying by the university or in more downtown Seattle?
Just here.
Just here? Awesome! Glad to hear it. Well, would anyone like my food recommendations for dinner? So, let's see. So I'm just going to turn the mic on so people can hear my food recommendations, because this is a very exciting tour topic. If any of you are on the Ave, some great spots to check out. Basil Viet Kitchen is a wonderful mix of Thai food, Vietnamese food that's really, really good. There's also Sizzling Crunch, another great Vietnamese spot on the Ave. Think Chipotle style food, but it's Vietnamese, or Chipotle style serving, but it's Vietnamese food. It's very, very good. Let's see, where's some other good spots? There's Little Thai restaurant located. Can you all tell I like Thai food a lot? There's Little Thai restaurant. There's also, if you're looking for burgers, there's, let's see, we have Eureka. We're going to cross the street here. We have Eureka Burgers down over in Uville. Dick's Burgers is a classic burger place in Seattle. Let's see. I don't mean to make you hungry, y'all, if that's a problem.
That was Vic's Burgers?
Dick's Burgers. It's a Seattle staple. It's been around for a very long time. Very cheap food. That's very, very good. Let's see. There's so much good food. Highly recommend. Where are you guys visiting from?
California.
Welcome. Which part?
Santa Clara.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. I hope you guys have been able to enjoy your day here today. Any big highlights of the day? That's okay. It's been a long day.
such a welcome ceremony in second grade. Great job. The band and all that kind of stuff.
Yes. Julia and Cameron are 2 tour guides, so it was very fun for us to see.
And they did a very good job.
They're very fun people.
I enjoyed hearing the names.
Yes. I'm glad to hear that. You guys doing anything special tomorrow, or just mostly
Going home.
Just going home. Looking at the early flight, maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hopefully, is it only a couple hour flight though?
Yeah,
So,
about 2 hours. A little bit under. Yeah. And it's so convenient with the light now. It goes from
yes,
here
it is
straight there.
super convenient. It's not that bad. And it will be free. Are you confirmed you're coming to UW, or are you still making the decision?
Still under a lot of
That's okay.
stress.
Where are your top spots?
UC Berkeley.
UC Berkeley, congratulations.
Thank you. Oregon State
Very
here
exciting.
and University of Wisconsin.
Okay. I wish you luck in your decision making.
Thank you.
It is a hard
I've
decision.
researched on top of my research is what
It's a hard
would be best. And
decision.
it's just, we literally last week we were sitting at Berkeley, we spun a wheel.
Oh
We
my
just said, okay, she created a wheel, we just spun it. Okay, where are we going to get They're all great. Every option is great.
I wish you luck in your decision making. I always like to tell people, like, there's like a big time. So do whatever is your favorite thing. Like, I love cake. And so when I made my decision, I'm like, Mom, you're buying me a cake. To celebrate that, I made this decision. It was a stress for all of us.
I'm just going to take a nice long nap.
Yeah.
The decision has been made and I don't have to worry about it.
Take a lovely nap. Rest up. Is there any specific deciding factors that you're trying to pick between?
Honestly, I think the wheel
Might be the option.
I think the only biggest deciding factor that I might be looking at is I think that the rest of the schools are on semester system. So I'm going to look at the difference between semester and quarter system and just see is there
What's
a big
the
enough
difference?
to sway me one way or another.
Yeah. Which one? Do you have an inkling on which one you might prefer?
I feel like I haven't done enough research on that
That's
to like
that's totally fair.
say.
That's totally fair. Do you have any questions about the quarter system? Happy to answer.
Very valuable questions.
All right, folks. Once again, we can take a seat. Feel free to grab some seats on this concrete ledge right over here. Feel free to rest your feet. I bet y'all have gotten a lot of lovely steps today.
Oh, so
Feel free to come on over and grab them. Thank you, you as well.
how about you?
All right, everyone, grab a seat here. Welcome to our next stop of the tour. Welcome to the Husky Union Building. How many of you were able to come inside here today? Yay! It's a great spot. So Husky Union Building, there's a lot of stuff housed in here. Inside here is housed our Welcome Center, where we normally start our tours. However, with Admitted Students Day, we've been starting in Red Square. But in addition to that, there's a lot of other things too. Starting from the very bottom floor, let me know if you can't hear me too. We got a lot of things moving around here. Starting on the very bottom floor, we have what is located one of our bowling alleys here on campus, our only bowling alley here on campus, but it is a full bowling alley for very fun and recreational activities. We also have a pool room, esports arena, and lots of other fun activities for students to take part in. The next floor above that is one of our 3 on-campus dining hall locations. How many of you got lunch there today? Nice. I love their Pagliacci's pizza and their other stuff they have down there. They also have a Starbucks. There's also down there one of our 2 UW bookstores. How many of you got stuff there today? Nice, yay. I'm glad you were able to check it out. The floor above that is home to offices, our welcome center, and many other things. One of the offices I want to highlight while we're here is our RSO office, resident student organizations. These are the clubs that we have here on campus. They're a great way for students to get connected with the campus and other students at large on campus. We have a bunch of different RSOs. I'm sure you saw some of them tabling here today. We have over 1,000. They range in topics from lettuce eating club to swing dance club to boba club. There's all sorts of fun activities here. However, if you are looking through this very long list and you're not connecting with any of the RSOs and you're like, I think there should really be a tap dancing RSO, there might be one, I'm not quite sure. But if you're looking at this list and you decide there should be one, it's a very easy process to create your own RSO. All it takes is getting together with a couple of other students, filling out some online paperwork, and boom, you've created your own RSO. Doing this is a great way to practice leadership skills as well as connect with other students across our campus. Another great resource I want to mention here is our ASUW office. ASUW is our student government that we have here at UW. They throw a lot of events throughout the school year. Including a very popular event called Fall Fling, which is a concert held on that held lawn right behind you all here. At the beginning of our fall quarter, when we are all gathering here at the beginning of the school year, which is a very exciting time, they throw a concert and lots of students will come and check it out. There's always some great music playing, and in the past we've had some big name artists like SZA come on over, so it's a very exciting spot to meet some people and just get acquainted with the University of Washington campus. Now, some of you might have noticed a building that is, if we had x-ray vision, imagine with me, and you can see on the other side of the Husky Union building here, you would see our Hall Health office. Hall Health is one of our on-campus medical buildings here to help support our students. We here at the University of Washington care about the whole Husky, mental, physical, all the health. Hall Health is a great resource for this. It has a pharmacy, allows for same-day emergency appointments, physical therapists, and all sorts of other great offices. I've been there a couple times, one for the concussion I mentioned earlier to you all. They were able to get me a same-day appointment, which is really, really helpful and a great resource for our students here at UW. Again, caring for the whole Husky, a resource I want to mention is our counseling center located over back by Red Square. This counseling center is available for students to get them connected with both group and individual short-term therapy, and then get them connected with more long-term care provider as well. We want to make sure all students are feeling that they have access to all the resources that they might need to feel supported during their time here at UW. With all that, we also want to mention safety here. We here at the University of Washington value safety very highly, which is why we have so many resources to support it. You all might have seen some blue poles as you've been walking around here today. Those blue poles are an emergency resource that if you ever feel unsafe, you can click on one of them and someone will be with you in less than 60 seconds. With connection with that, we also have Husky Safe Trip, which is a nighttime shuttle service where the university police officers can be called and they will pick up a student from any on-campus location and then drive them to any off-campus location that is within a roughly mile radius away. Now, we also want to acknowledge while we are here at the University of Washington that safety does not necessarily mean being connected to the police for everyone. With that in mind, we also want to point out that there is Husky Night Ride. Husky Night Ride is a service where people, sorry, I'm going to move in to make sure that this van can get around. Husky Night Ride is a shuttle bus that goes around campus and will pick up students from different stops around campus at night and then drop them off within, again, a 1 mile radius, which, as sprawling as our campus is, a 1 mile radius actually covers quite a bit of distance. But they are another great resource that we are happy to mention that we have here as well. We also have the Husky Food Pantry located over back by the counseling center that is there to make sure that no Husky ever goes hungry or deals with food insecurity, and by Husky I mean student or community member here at UW. With all that being said, I would like to point out I personally have never felt unsafe here at campus. We have a lot of great resources. I'm very glad that we do. However, we are also a very great campus, and I like to give some tips, to stay safe, to keep you safe from something as supposed to being run over by a skateboarder or a van, as we just saw today. The vans run through here as well. Keep your eyes open and looking around. It keeps you safe and aware of your surroundings, and also make sure that you don't have both earbuds in, head focused at the ground. Being aware of your surroundings allows you to see our beautiful campus here today, and also allows you to avoid the fast running skateboarders. Does anyone have any questions about anything I just mentioned? Beautiful. We'll go on to our next stop of the tour over that way. Yeah. Yes, there are. Yeah, have a great day, you guys. I hope you have there are lots of oh, wait.
There's a lot of electric
lots of electric skateboards, lots of electric scooters, lots of electric bikes, some electric skateboards, but we tend to take the scooters and the bike portions. But they're allowed, they are. I know that has been a recent change. My scooters used to not be allowed on campus, but starting to get very big. So yeah, they will be coming to campus, and this is what we're just looking at tonight today because most students are kind of probably scared off by kind of being told, like, school campus, there's a bunch of people coming today. We'll be very busy. Yes, I see what you're saying. I would say it's not to that extent where there's distractions. Every now and then there'll be something, but for the most part they tend to stay in their area. Red Square will have something happen. We're going to pull over here, folks. If you guys want to take a seat on the sledge here, you are more than welcome to. We have like some every now and then, but it's never to a point where it's distracting. Campus is so big that if it's like personally, they bring me a lot of anxiety when that kind of thing happens, and I'm able to just kind of work with them. And so if that kind of helps. Yeah. Okay. No, it's not a takeover. It'll typically be like focused in Red Square or focused in the quad, and that's about it. Awesome. All right, everyone, welcome to our next stop of the tour. Welcome to Blocked Out Monument. So I mentioned to you all earlier the resources mentioned at Washlet to help support diversity here on campus. Washlet is our monument dedicated to diversity and reminding us of its importance each and every day. Washlet is a monument, Washlet is the building. Can you tell I've been up since 5 in the morning? Thank you, everyone. Blocked Out is a monument dedicated to diversity, dedicated to specifically those who are excluded from the house they were exploited to create. As I mentioned earlier, UW is working each and every day to build a better future for its students. Blocked Out is one of those monuments to help us remind us of the importance of it. It was created by students in response to a controversial football coach being a statue of him being created down by the football stadium. They want to remind our university to hold true to the values of diversity, to help represent the diversity that our campus now has. There's 3 main aspects to this monument. The first one is this block structure right here. This is meant to be the pedestal of a statue, but you'll notice there is no person on top of the pedestal. That is on purpose. That is so anyone can come up and stand on this pedestal, be a statue representing what values they want represented, and then making sure to spread the word that they feel needs to be heard to the rest of the university community. The next aspect that I want to mention is these ripples in the grass right here. These ripples are meant to represent sound waves, or the waves of change radiating out to the university and carrying the change with it to the rest of the university community. And then finally we have this stone bench structure right here. Does anyone have any guesses on what this stone bench structure might look like from the sky?
Question mark.
A question mark is a great guess. Not quite. Your hint is sound waves. You got it. Y'all have 2 of them. It looks like an ear from the sky. Specifically, it is meant to represent the ear of the university administration, listening to what its students has to say and the changes that they want to be made, and then carrying out those changes campus-wide. As I mentioned earlier, we have a lot of resources that we want to help make sure to support diversity here on our campus. One of these greatest resources that we have here is our students and student activism. Our students are working each and every day to make our university better. They fought for things and created things like Blocked Out Monument. They fought for almost every single resource and then created those resources I mentioned back at Washlet throughout our history here at UW. They continue to work each and every day to make our university better, to help support our future, and to help make us happy for where we are now. Does anyone have any questions about anything I just mentioned? With that, we will go to our next stop of the tour, but you don't need to stand up. Welcome everyone to Mary Gates Hall. Mary Gates Hall is named after Bill Gates' mom, and we like to say she is a parental building with lots of resources that our parents are typically very happy to hear that we have access to, so I hope you all enjoy these parents. One of these great resources that we have in here is our undergraduate advising. When you come to the University of Washington, you are automatically assigned an advisor, whether you are assigned one in your specific major that you have already declared, or you come in like me and you're an undeclared student, you'll be assigned a general undergraduate advisor in here. These advisors are fantastic people. They want to help make sure that you are able to get the support you need to get the classes you want to take during your time here at UW, that you're able to have support, figuring out what you might want to do during your 4 years here, and they are genuinely super very nice people. I love meeting with my advisor. I would meet with her every single quarter before I registered for classes, running through what classes I was interested in taking, getting her opinion. She would be able to email me with classes that she saw that she thought might be of interest to me, and also give me support on providing like what classes are really good and going to be really focused on a topic and will have students in it that will want to talk about the topic with me, and which classes might be more students who are taking it just to get the credit. They're super great people, and I highly encourage you to chat with your advisor whenever you come to the university. Another great resource in here is our Career and Internship Center. This is the group dedicated to getting our students careers and internships both on and off campus, both during their time here at UW and beyond. We have access to this resource for a couple years after we graduate, which is super great. They have a lot of great sources in there that are able to support them in this mission, including their own job search engine, Handshake, which gets students connected with both on-campus jobs and internship and off-campus ones, and one specifically offered to UW students as well. There's also a photo booth area where students can take their important headshots for LinkedIn or other profiles. And then we also have people in there who will help read through your resume and help do mock interviews with you to make sure that you are able to get those jobs and internships that you aren't interested in. Finally, the last resource I'm going to mention, actually I'm going to mention two more. One real quick, Clue Tutoring is the tutoring service that we have here at UW to help support students during their really big intro-level classes that they might be taking during their time here. It is a really great service, and they're available late into the night, so if you are really nervous for a big exam the next day, they will be here to help support you. Finally, the last program I want to mention in here is first year programs. First year programs is really important here at UW in getting our first year students connected to our campus. How many of you heard about FIGS today? First year interest groups. Awesome. For those of you that didn't, FIGS are offered the fall quarter of a student's freshman year, their first quarter year. Let me know if you can hear with the helicopters. Very much. FIGS are a great source where about 30 students will be placed into 3 classes together that all have a similar interest connecting them all. For example, I was in an environmental science FIG my freshman year. These students all gathered together and were able to chat, and we took classes such as wildlife in the modern world and other stuff, while also getting classes that mattered classes that helped get us ahead ready for completing those first year requirements as well. So it's a really great resource. They also throw Dog Days, which is the event at the beginning of our fall quarter when we first get here, where a bunch of different fun events will be thrown across campus and beyond. There'll be groups that will be taking group trips down into the city of Seattle, checking out Capitol Hill, one of our neighborhoods nearby, doing a boba shop tour around Seattle as well as lots of other fun activities in general. I know I mentioned quite a few things there. Does anyone have any questions about anything I just mentioned? All right, we'll go on to our next to the last stop of the tour. We have 2 more stops, everyone. You can do it.
Because it might be specifically the one here. That's why I'm going to check. Till 5 p.m. So yeah, but we still have 2 more stops. Yeah, so we might as well just go to the one by the hotel. I think it's just saying until 5 p.m. because that's when it's saying 20% off It's 19 to 20, which is actually tomorrow. So I think it is. They have like a stop time.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
हैं कुछ यार मैं ले रहा हूँ पेट्रोल जोड़ जोड़
How many of you want to see again? Like you want to sit down again? Or you're going to stand?
But yeah, the one here and I leave until 5 p.m. So I think we'll have to get in on time.
Alright folks, welcome to our second to last stop of the tour. Feel free to grab a seat if you want to. If you really want a seat, you can sit over there too. I can do my best to protect with my mic. But we won't be here for too long. Welcome everyone to Drumheller Fountain. So do you all remember going to the Liberal Arts Quadrangle earlier on in the tour? Welcome to STEM Circle. I'm sure you can guess why I said that. These are the home to a lot of our STEM classes. If any of you are interested in chemistry, it's located right behind you there in Bagley Hall. We also have computer science. Engineering is right over that way. We have the back of Marygate Hall. We have aerospace and lots of other fun, exciting build places here. Life sciences is just back that way. So if you're interested in any of those majors, you'll probably spend a lot of time here as well. With that being said, let's talk a little bit about research. We are fortunate here at the University of Washington. We're able to provide our students with a lot of really great research opportunities. No matter what you're interested in studying, no matter what year you are in school, you will have research opportunities available for you all here. So if that is something you might be interested in, I strongly encourage you to come check it out. It's a very great opportunity. With all that being said, some of you might be thinking, well, I'm only going to be a freshman. Would a lab hire me? Let me give you some advice. The professor provided me at one point. He told me that a lab can hire a junior or senior. That junior or senior can be trained for a job, do that job for 1 to 2 years, but then they will graduate and move on to different things. They can hire a freshman or sophomore for that exact same job, train them for that exact same job. That freshman or sophomore will work for that lab for 3 to 4 years. So the fact that you are at the beginning of your college career here actually makes you quite marketable. So I hope you all keep that in mind when you think about research here in the future. With that being said, let's talk a little bit about the elephant in the room. Welcome to Drumheller Fountain. She is loud, she is proud. There's a tradition. Drumheller Fountain has the nickname of Throsh Pond because there's a tradition of taking freshmen and throwing them into the fountain. When I was a freshman, I was very glad that that tradition is no longer in effect. However, there's still a tradition of once every couple of years when the fountain gets clean, students, or we win a football game or something else, students will come on down, jump on in the fountain. It's only about 4 feet deep, so it's not as bad as it seems. Go swimming around with their floaties and check it out, and then hop on out and go about their day. I personally don't know about you guys, but it is looking a lovely shade of green right now, so I don't plan on swimming in there anytime soon. However, the IMA, located over by Husky Stadium, where you all started your adventures here today, the IMA is a fully stocked gym facility that has a pool, an indoor track, weights room, weights arena. I think there's even a climbing wall in there. It is a great spot for a lot of different arts to meet as well. And so if you have any athletics interests, I highly recommend checking it out down there. And if you are a big sports fan, like many people around here are, we have 3 different levels of sports here at the University of Washington. We have our intramurals, which is just different school school teams playing against our other school teams here. We have intramural rugby and lots of other fun sports here at UW. We have our club sports, which will go and travel to compete against different schools, but not to the same intense extent as our D1 level sports, which include our football. Now, I don't know if any of you follow football. Our Huskies did well a few years ago, not so well this year, but we have hopes for the future. But our Husky football games are very exciting to see here on campus. We have a lot of school spirit here at UW, as you can tell by my, not heads though, because you can see right here at our fingertips. Restaurants, grocery stores, other shopping you need, electronics, clothes, anything you can think of is available right here at our fingertips. We also have available right here at our fingertips nature. The Burt Gilman is a giant paved pathway that is relatively flat, which for those of you who are not from Washington, finding a flat trail around here is pretty hard to find, but we have a huge one just down that way for biking and running alike. We also are very close by to a couple major national parks, which are great weekend trips for students, as well as skiing and snowboarding locations for any of you snow sports fans. We are nearby so much here. So really, whatever you're interested in, we have it available to you here. So I mean, what could get better than that? Does anyone have any questions about anything? Yeah. The IMA, I believe you can buy a pass. And so I believe today, I am not sure. You might need to check with them. But you can definitely walk by the outside. You can see into the big glass windows. Yeah. Any other questions? All right, with that, we'll go on to our last stop.
How does it work in? Welcome to our last stop of the tour. I hope you all were able to enjoy this tour with me. I hope it was it a good tour? Yay. Oh yay, I'm so glad to hear that. Thank you all. Welcome to our last stop of this tour. Welcome to Sylvan Grove. So little facts about the University of Washington. We were originally founded in the 1860s, but if any of you go on that light rail that you heard me mentioning about, you'll get to a stop called Symphony Station, formerly known as University Station. That is because our university used to be housed down in downtown Seattle, and it wasn't until the 1890s that we moved up here to our current location to get out of the rapidly growing city of Seattle so that our rapidly growing university could have more space of its own here, and I am very glad that we did, which is when we moved up to our current location here today. We've been here for over 100 years now.
But one thing that we brought from this original campus were these 4 columns. From left to right, they spell out the acronym of life, loyalty, industry, faith, and efficiency. There is a special tradition here at UW that during a freshman's advising and orientation session, when they first arrive here on campus in the fall, they should go up and touch whichever column they want to embody the most during their time here at UW. And then at the end of their time here, come back and touch whichever column that they felt like they embodied the most during their time here. Now during my advising and orientation session, it was on Zoom, and it came time to pick up the little emoji and drag it over to the little column I wanted to select, and my computer decided to stop working, but I got it working real quick. Quite a saga. But I quickly dragged my emoji over to loyalty because that was the first column I could get to, so we will see how that works out for me in the long run. I've been thinking recently as I get closer to the end of my time here at UW, even though not quite the end of it, which column will I pick, and I haven't quite decided yet, but we'll see what we're feeling in a couple months. But with that being said, we'd like to take some time here and talk to you all why we as your tour guides chose to come here to the University of Washington. So as I mentioned to you all earlier, I grew up in the area. I'm from an island a little bit away from downtown Seattle. So UW was a school that was always on my radar as a potential option. But if you had asked me at the beginning of my senior year if I was going to end up here, I would have told you no way. At the time, UW was interesting. It had some programs that were interesting to me, but I had my sights set on a school in Northern California, and that was my plan. However, plans do change. By the end of my senior year, I realized I wasn't quite so ready to go as far away from home as I had initially anticipated. Started looking at UW more seriously. I was very glad that I had applied in a lot of programs I was interested in. It had a marching band that I was interested in joining, which I did for a little bit. And they also had a lot of other great opportunities available both at the university and beyond for me. So I decided to give it a shot. I am very, very glad I did. I've been spending a wonderful 4 years here, and I've met so many amazing people from all over the world doing all sorts of amazing things. You never know who you're going to meet on this campus and what they're going to be doing. I've never met 2 people who are doing the exact same thing. It's quite an exciting spot to come and check out. I'm very happy to say I'll be coming back here in the fall for another 2 years to finish a grad program, and who knows, maybe I'll do a PhD as well. But with that being said, I want to thank you all so much, and I wish you all luck as you make your decisions, whether you've decided to come here or not, whether you are still making that decision. I wish you all luck in these next few weeks. It is a very busy time, and I hope you are able to celebrate and feel good at the end of it. But thank you all so much. You've been a wonderful group today, and I hope you enjoyed ASDs.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is my first ever and last ever ASD.